Hello everyone, welcome to X Chapter Channel. As you know, Japan has a lot of traditions, customs, and a very long, interesting history. But they also have a long history of borrowing things and taking things from other cultures. And today, I'm going to talk about Japanese Christmas. Alright, so first of all, happy holidays to you and wherever you are, whatever you celebrate. Welcome to my channel. And in Japan, there is a long history of Christmas, but I'm going to get it out of the way right away. It's not really a Christian holiday here. Yes, there are Japanese Christians, but they are a pretty small minority, and so the Christmas here is mostly secular. The decorations, the presents, everything, it's more the secular commercial bent. So the decorations you'll see Santa Clauses, you'll see sparkling lights and reindeer and that sort of thing, but not really nativity scenes. Now, of course, Japan does things a little bit differently. It's an adopted holiday, and obviously having cut the Jesus part out of the equation, it's going to be a bit different, but there are some things that are the same. If you're a family and you have small children, Santa is going to visit you on Christmas. In addition to Santa, there are special foods that are eaten, and the Japanese quite like to actually travel to go see illumination scenes. So there's pretty famous illuminations around Japan where these parks or businesses have put up incredible lights displays, and that's a popular thing to do at this time of year. There is a Christmas market here in Yokohama. Maybe next year I'll get down to the Christmas market and do some filming there. I've actually never been to the Yokohama Christmas market. Maybe it's a good thing to go to. I'll have to check that out sometime. Now, what are the differences in Japanese Christmas? Well, as I mentioned, Santa will bring presents to children on Christmas morning, but other than that, there isn't a lot of gift giving that goes on. It ends up being mostly a holiday for children and for couples. So of course in the States I would give presents to my parents, to my sisters, to my grandparents. You know, gift giving is to everyone and not just Santa Claus to children. But in Japan it is more common for couples to go out on Christmas. And this is where I always use the analogy that Christmas and New Year's are essentially switched between the two countries. In America, Christmas is a family holiday. People travel from far away to be with their family, eat special meals together, exchange gifts. In Japan, that's New Year's. New Year's is the time to travel, to spend time with family, eat special meals, and often monetary gifts called otoshidama are given to children from grandparents and parents. So New Year's is more like Christmas as we would think of it in Japan. So what happens on Christmas then in Japan is couples go out. So it's like a time to spend Christmas Eve with your partner. You go have a nice meal, you pop some sparkling wine, and you exchange some gifts, and it's a holiday for lovers, basically. And that's kind of like how it is in the States with New Year's. You spend New Year's with friends, you go out with friends, you pop some sparkling wine, and there's really nothing about it that goes beyond that, and you don't really exchange gifts on New Year's in the States. But if you've seen my Halloween video, which I'll link below, where I talk about the differences of Japanese Halloween compared to American Halloween, you'll see that one of those themes runs through Christmas the same way that it does with Japanese Halloween, and that is, if it's commercial, if it's a chance for businesses to sell goods such as presents or illuminations such as lights and fake Santa Clauses, well, the businesses here are going to take advantage of that. Now, Christmas is certainly much more well established in Japan than Halloween is, and illumination and decorations have been a part of Japanese department stores and parks and things since I've first came here over 17 years ago. But it is increasing the number of people who actually decorate themselves, buying wreaths and buying LED lights to display outside their home. So that's certainly become more and more of a common thing here. And I think the present giving has gotten bigger too. I think it is starting to break into families giving gifts between the members, and it's not just Santa giving to children and not just lovers spending time together. So again, it's changing and it's evolving. But what are the other differences that exist? Well, I mentioned special food, and there is special food in Japan, namely 2 items. The first is chicken, but not just any chicken, Kentucky Fried Chicken. I guess some executive a few decades ago decided to come up with this concept of a Kentucky Christmas, and it was a great idea. It caught on. People liked this idea of having chicken on Christmas. And so now on New Year's Eve, there's pre-orders, there's lines out the door. Not everyone does it, but there are a lot of people who do eat Kentucky Fried Chicken on Christmas. And if it's not Kentucky Fried Chicken, the convenience stores, especially Family Mart, sell a lot of their famichiki, their family chicken, on Christmas Eve. And I've had some acquaintances who've worked at Family Mart, and they said it's crazy the amount of chicken that they sell on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And I guess that makes kind of sense. It sort of mirrors the American tradition of having turkey on Christmas. Eating bird, I guess, makes sense from that standpoint. But Kentucky Fried Chicken? Yeah, it's good, but it's fast food. And for me, it's kind of like the equivalent of if I told Japanese people that on New Year's in America, everyone goes out and gets a McDonald's hamburger. And they look at me horrified. Whoa, why would you treat New Year's like that? Well, it's kind of the same thing. Perhaps a better analogy would be comparing it to Yoshinoya or Sukiya Gyudon, the beef bowl, which is beef on rice and is Japan's most popular fast food. If everyone ate beef bowl on New Year's Day in America, it would be kind of the equivalent of Japanese eating Kentucky Fried Chicken. Now, as I mentioned, there are 2 traditional foods eaten at Christmas. The first is the Kentucky Fried Chicken, and the second is Christmas cake. And again, that kind of mirrors the tradition of eating a lot of sweets, you know, the cookies and the gingerbread houses and the fudge and everything that is eaten in European or American Christmas traditions. So Christmas cake's not a strange thing, but it is uniquely Japanese. But it works. It is a white cream topped sponge cake or chiffon cake, and it has red ripe strawberries on top. And it makes sense because that's red and white, Christmas colors. That's very nice. It's a very beautiful presentation. And it's also appropriate for one other reason, and that is strawberries in Japan are a winter fruit. Strawberries are grown almost primarily in greenhouses in Japan, and so they are sold and are at their best in December and January, which is completely different than America. In America, strawberry is a summer fruit. But I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Japanese strawberries fit the stereotype of Japanese fruit to a T. They are so much better than American strawberries. They're always sweet, they're always firm, and they're bigger. That was always my complaint about American strawberries, is that they kind of come in 2 varieties. Mushed and bruised. And due to the quality control and packaging of Japanese strawberries, they're always in perfect condition. So definitely try the strawberries if you're here in the wintertime. You come and visit. But the Christmas cake is lovely and it is delicious. It was a little strange for me as an American at first. My family didn't serve any sort of cake on Christmas, but like I said, it makes sense. So, what do you think about Japanese Christmas? Would you like to come and experience Christmas in Japan? Have you experienced Christmas in Japan? Please comment below, and if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. And if you want, please subscribe. All right, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye. Merry Christmas.